Mm. Hey, how's it going? And welcome to Whisky Whims with me, Stuart, and Jasper's with us again. Today we're continuing on from the Not for the Faint of Heart series, which sees me going through New Make Spirit. Checked out the other videos for kind of the explanation behind that. I suppose I probably should mention it. It was a virtual tasting that I couldn't attend, so I bought them anyway, and I've decided to do a little video on them to share with you guys. So at number 11, I've got my cheat sheet here, is Waterford. Now, Waterford are an Irish whisky. They are famed, I suppose, or known for terroir, which is, I don't know the precise explanation of it, but it's basically kind of traceability, trying to be able to see the different nuances, flavours in one area to another area, how certain dirt affects the growth of the barley, different barley effects, all this kind of stuff. Quite geeky, quite in-depth, and if it's something you're into, then you'll probably enjoy that element to it, that side of it. But about the whisky, we'll see how their new make is. I have done a Waterford video and it was just samples. That didn't go too well, but let's hope their new make is better. So, teeth opening. So here we go. So we're not sure where this farm is, where this was grown, or where it kind of comes from, or they might have told us on the live. I didn't tune in, I couldn't because of work, so I'm not entirely sure where this is from, but we know it's Waterford Distillery anyway, it's Irish. So let's see what the nose brings. It's fizzy, kind of a little bit of citrus. Lemon pledged, lemon surface wipes. It's actually surprisingly nice, surprisingly pleasurable, surprisingly approachable. I mean, I don't think the whiskies that I had from Waterford were horrendous in any way, but I do remember them all being quite samey. But as a base product, as a new make spirit, this seems good, if not better than some of the other new makes. So it seems they're doing something right at the start. But then who am I to comment? There's a little chalkiness to it. Yeah, chalk, for sure. I was trying to think what that could be. But it's like being back at school writing on the chalkboard. I don't think they really call them a blackboard now, so chalkboard, or whether that's just political correctness going mad, but yeah, it reminds me of drawing on a chalkboard. Very chalky. That's it's quite interesting. I should have actually tried to be as macho and manly as I could there and said that it reminded me of when I was lifting heavy weights and I had to put my chalk on to do deadlifts, but I kind of missed the bus. Yeah, kind of to go along with the chalk, maybe like pebbles and that. I know the guys at work love my wet pebble smell, so there's a kind of like a wet pebble there possibly. Maybe just more like pebbles in general. It's quite a nice nose. There's nothing to berate, there's nothing to have a go at. It doesn't feel too offensive, it doesn't feel too high ABV either, but it must be at least 60 above. So the palate, and for the rest of the last 6, I've not been drinking them, because the first 6 I drank them all in a winner, or one after the other, and it kind of made me a little worse for wear. So I'm just going to swirl it around my mouth, and I'm going to do the old Richard Patterson, spit it in a bowl. And this has got a lot of new make in it, or spat up new make. Disgusting. So the palate. Yeah, that's weird. Nope, it's not great. Well, no, it's not. This is like a. So initially it felt nice and warm, and it felt a little sweet. And I thought I was going to get a pleasurable experience, but then it just got overtaken by a very drying, very violently drying, chemical, and it reminds me of, there's almost, is it white spirit? It might not be white spirit. It's when you're painting. No, it's white spirit. Yeah, it's when you're painting and glossing. You're getting that glossy smell, and that's what it tastes like. I've never tasted gloss, but that's what it tastes like. It's like gloss, and then you put the brush in the white spirit to get the gloss off the brush and to clean the brush. That, if I was to taste that spirity, glossy water, that's what I think this would taste like. That being said, when that dissipated, there was a lovely pear note coming through. Yeah, it was great once that disappeared. I reckon with some water that'll tame that, but I'm going to do this again, torture myself again. The nose is fantastic, but that palate was absolutely difficult. Oh. Yeah, there's that sweetness, that's what I was trying to convey. That sweetness came through, and then, yeah, a real harsh, like I said, gloss, white spirit element that's just, it's nasty. And I really don't want to be seen I really don't want to be seen discrediting Waterford after my last video, because it just seems like I'm attacking them now. But this it's great on the nose, not gonna lie. The nose is fantastic. Now that I've added the water, there's a little bit of a kind of leather, yeah, like dried leather. It's not like new leather, it's like kind of old leather, like old musky leather. So we see how this water's changed its palate, and I'm hoping to redeem the whiskey, and it is just new make. And like I said, I had those Waterford samples, didn't really enjoy them, but there's still possibility for a good Waterford out there. I maybe just not tried it, maybe not had it, and there's a lot of people who disagree with me and enjoy Waterford, so don't just take my word for it. Try samples of it yourself and make your own mind up. But anyway, this new make, I'll give the water a chance. Just talking to myself inside my head, I'm a bit of a lunatic. So that sweetness there does hit the tongue. The white spirit gloss, it's still there, but now maybe a more like a nice wood varnish. It became a little bit more palatable with water. But like I said, the white spirit and the gloss is still there, and it's still kind of off-putting. But we'll try and say it's like a nice wood varnish. There is a wood varnish element there, but nah, it's very, very spirit driven, which it would be. It's new make. It's just really spirity. Like I said, white spirit is all that comes to mind. I'm going to add a little bit more water. I want to try and prove myself wrong. Try and give this the benefit of the doubt. So we'll go again with the palate. It's just it gives you that feel as well on your teeth. That kind of, I don't know, that kind of film, like not a nice film. It's like I don't know how to describe it. Like if you were to rub your teeth, it like squeak. That kind of, I don't know. You know what squeaking sounds like. But it's a weird feel in the mouth. Nah, it's not for me. Yeah, it's not. No. With water, the water's just slowly diluting it and making it less white spirity and glossy. It's still white spirity and glossy, but the water's it's just going to be water soon. There's no point in it. It's not opening anything up. It's not changing anything. It might be different once it's in a cask, but as a starting point, surely there needs to be a lot of work put into changing that into something that's a little bit more enjoyable. Because for me, that white spirit, glossy paint, it's like decorating your house. It's those scents, but it's in your taste and it's overpowering, and it's not for me, unfortunately. So I'm sorry that this was quite a negative one. Where would I rate it in my lineup? I don't think it's as bad as the Milk and Honey. I'm trying to see what is at number 5 again. The Dingle, which was another Irish. No, the Dingle wasn't bad. I don't think it's as bad as the Milk and Honey. The Milk and Honey was more of a like a kind of sick, horrible. This is just becoming such a terrible video for me criticising distilleries and people who are trying to make a living and make a good product. This is not what that's about, but it seems like that's what it is. The Milk and Honey was more like off-putting, something off, something not quite right, and it was more like a kind of sickly. It made you want to be. It made me want to be sick in a sense. It didn't make me want to be sick, but that's how I describe it. Whereas the varnish is more like something you shouldn't be drinking, or the gloss and white spirit. It's like you shouldn't really be drinking this. And I think I might have said that about the Dingle actually. It might be something to do with triple distillation. I'm not sure if they triple distill, but that's what that feels like. It's more like, yeah, like I said in one of the videos, if you're an alien telling an alien and you gave an alien this and the alien started drinking it, the alien would probably be like, I shouldn't be drinking that, there's something wrong with that. Almost like an innate idea in your head, an innate feeling telling you not to drink it. That is what this is like, but it's not as bad as the Milk and Honey for me, I don't think. I think the Milk and Honey was a little bit just too off-putting. So I'm going to put that second from last. I'll put the graphic up and I'll read out what we've got so far, and I'll use my cheat sheet. So number 1 we've got Glenmorangie, number 2 we've got Dornoch, number 3 is Lindor's Abbey, number 4 is Cotswolds, number 1 is number 5 is because it's number 1 on the lineup. Number 5 is White Peak, number 6 is Golani or Jolani, number 7 am I on? 8, 9, 10, yeah, 7, number 7, this is confusing because there's so many numbers. Number 7 is Glenallachie, number 8 is Dingle, number 9 is Waterford, and number 10 is Milk and Honey. I'm going to put that graphic up there if I read them out wrong and I've got the numbers wrong, but yeah, that's how it is anyway. Thanks for watching. I've been Stuart, this has been Whisky Whims. I'll see you later.